'Tis the season to be jolly for me and Amit, but not for Rohit. Arsenal losing their second game at Aston Villa, and also Leeds United pulling off a remarkable turnaround to make it 3-3 against Liverpool. Surely weekends are made for this. We are two halves and two innings football, and it's Rohit, me, Ajay, and Amit. And we'd like to thank our sponsors at Davis Optometrists. Where do we start? The cracks are appearing. Rohit has got his jacket on. He's feeling the tan. Arteta's feeling the breeze. Is it cracks? Is it faltering for Arsenal's title race? And it's only 2 points now that are separating Arsenal and second place Man City after their 3-0 win over Sunderland. Match week 15. We're going to review it and we're going to talk about all the juicy points of today's matches. But we're going to straight into Rohit. We're going to go into the Villa Park. And how did you feel?
Mate, it was just awful, man. Awful. Last second, 95th minute, I thought that's a draw. When I saw the game, I thought we're playing well, because I wasn't watching it live because I couldn't do live stream today. Maybe I should do live stream. Maybe I'm the lucky one, right?
That's what's happened.
That's what happened. I didn't do live stream when we lost. Last second, kick in the teeth. Oh my God. But to be honest, I think it was an even game. It could have gone either way. I'm very proud of our boys. Without three centre backs, we played well. I knew if with those many injuries, a defeat is around the corner, and Villa Park, they're the informed team as well. Like we discussed, Amit, yesterday when we were talking about it. Informed team, 7 out of 8 games they won, last 8 games in all competitions. And coming into this game, 12:30 kickoff after Wednesday night, I knew we're going to be tired. I knew we have to give 120% to be in that game, let alone win it. But I think I have to say, hats off to the boys. They gave everything. Unfortunate that we lost, but that happens, guys. We're still on the top. Who said leagues can be won in November or December? This is what we were talking about when Arsenal were at top. Everyone said, leagues, you can't win the league in December.
I think you said November. It, Rohit. I thought you said you were gonna breeze through the league.
I never said that. I said every game is a final. Yeah, no. I did not say. I said every game is a final. The league gonna shape up pretty well in November, December, then January, February, March. I think January is crucial now for us, who we get. But it wasn't that Arsenal got outplayed. It wasn't like that. It's just that it happened last kick of the game, and then. Anyway, yeah.
Rohit, you predicted a 2-0 win.
I was predicting 2-0 win, but yeah, like I said, I wasn't live streaming, so I need to go back to live streaming. But I thought we're gonna carry on because they were tired as well. If you see that, and then we had Odegaard back, we had Gyökeres back as well, and then I think second half when we came back after 1-0 down, I think we were superb. And then I don't know what happened. We suddenly just gave the ball back to Villa. I don't know what happened there. Maybe we thought, okay, let's keep the game. Be in the game. Let's give them some ball, and then we can do counter-attack or whatever. I don't know, but
the fatigue element was definitely showing. After
it was definitely
18
showing,
minutes.
Man. Yeah,
you could see the players with Calafiori coming off, Lewis Skelly. There were probably too many changes, but I think this is just one of those games, Rohit, where you had to. Arteta was managing. He had to use all 5 subs. He had to get on fresh players.
Yeah,
and it's just unfortunate that you couldn't clear the lines for a corner.
I know.
Your main man, Victor Gyökeres, no appearance. Yeah. Yes, Mr. Hardly had any touches in the box. Did he even have a shot on goal? I don't even know. What are you paying 50-60 million?
I think he's still coming back to.
He's disappeared.
I know,
Where is he?
There's a lot of talk on social media.
Too busy doing this.
There is a lot of talk on social media about Gyökeres, about hitting Capier. But guys, you have to. There's a context, right? He's just coming back from injury again. He hasn't settled in yet. It's 15th game of season for him, and he hasn't played like probably 3 or 4 games anyway in that. So it's only 10 games. It's gonna take him a while. Although he's known to English League, but in Premier League he hasn't played much anyway, and our players are getting used to him as well. And I think it will click. Let him give some time. It didn't click for the top of the Henry. It didn't click for 23 or 24 games anyway when he scored his first goal. So give him some time. It will click. But I think, like you said, Ajay, players were knackered. We had a really tough week. Look what happened to Chelsea. Look what happened to Liverpool. And City been. You know what? I was listening to when I was coming back from Birmingham. I was listening to Talk Sport. I was funny. They said Sunderland 3-0 down at City. They were playing 10% of what they played against Arsenal and Liverpool. Why teams are rolling up for City like easy?
Is this agenda Arsenal all over again?
I'm not talking about Arsenal. I'm talking about what they discussed. No, I'm talking about what they said, not me. I'm talking about what they said on the radio. It was Adrian Durham, who's very kind of, he always into Arsenal anyway. He doesn't like Arsenal, I think, but I'm just saying it was him. It was him talking about it. Yeah, that's why I'm like.
It's like David O'Hara and all of them, Tottenham players, obviously.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay, so as my father said, Arsenal normally come off the rails around about November, December. Now, it's only one loss, and to be fair, put in context, you rightly said that, the time between the last game and this game was less than 72 hours, which if it was a Champions League game wouldn't have been allowed to happen. And you have had a lot of injuries, and you're facing a very informed Aston Villa team. Probably over the past 9 games now, they're probably top of the table in terms of form guide, even above you guys. So it was always going to be a tough game, but you have lost. The points margin is down to 2. Okay, City, who have got experience in this, is this going to put the jitters around the Arsenal team? Psychologically, how big do you think this defeat is going to be?
But I think this is now. Yeah, but I think this is now time for staff to help the team now. Because if you see, last couple of 3 seasons, we lost away because we didn't had a backups. We could have lost this game last year 3-0, 4-0. But this year, you can see we are still in the game. We played all the top 6 away, apart from Man City. Those were tough games. And you see how Chelsea played against us. You see how Sunderland played against us. I'm not giving excuse. I'm just saying that the league at the moment is so tough. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. But we still, with those injuries and with playing so many away games at top 6, we are still first. Okay. And a lot of teams haven't played City away anyway.
That's right. So obviously, looking at the attack force of Arsenal, I mean, with Madueke, Saka, obviously Martinelli, Gyökeres, your impact player is obviously still Trossard. He's such a gem of a player to have, and I think he's such a good diamond off the bench. But I think he's putting a claim in that he should be starting a lot of the games, especially on that left wing.
But he's been starting, Ajay. He's been starting the games.
He's been fantastic. I think Trossard's been good, but I think where you're lacking is still you need that number 9. You need Havertz back. You need Jesus.
We need Havertz back
because you're missing that focal point. Yeah, because even for the creativeness in the midfield, from what I could see in that game, especially in the last 10 minutes, they just ran out of legs. And no matter how much Gyökeres was trying to back into the defender to try and win the ball, he was getting out-muscled. He looked really poor. Yeah. He couldn't hold it. So I think for you guys, if you're going to go to the Champions League midweek fixture, I think you're away, aren't you? And then you've got to come back home, and then you play Wolverhampton. You're probably going to have to rest a lot of players for that Champions League game.
We have to. But I want to take us back to now we're talking about some stats, right? We said they think Arsenal did the handbrake, but we had 9 shots on target, our most in an away Premier League game this year, since April 2024. That's a record stat. So we had a good game. It's not that we were outplayed. Yeah. We had a really good game. It's just, again, I'm going to talk about the last moment of seconds, maybe brain fade. They should have just hooted the ball away. And then suddenly, it's like when we scored against Bournemouth, it happens. Sometimes we scored at the last second. Sometimes goals can be scored against us as well. But this is why I am not reacting to this game. One loss was bound to happen with such a big month, actually, November. And we haven't lost a game in November. And this is the first game in December. And this was such a tough game as well. It came at a wrong time. And it came at a very wrong time to play Villa away. 100%. So I'm not reacting at all.
If you look at Villa's form,
yeah.
If you look at Villa's form, they are probably the hardest team now
at the moment,
to play.
Yes.
And obviously,
yes.
Yeah, and fair enough. You're right in the sense that you've had your hardest away fixtures. You've come to Old Trafford. You've played the top 6
Liverpool,
pretty much as well.
Chelsea,
So to be fair, your next run of few games,
your
next run of games, you have to win those games.
If
there's a draw or there's
a
loss, City now look like a team where they're not relying on Haaland.
Yes,
I mean they got 2 goals from their centre backs today against the Sunderland team that United managed to beat, but Liverpool drew and you drew.
We
against.
drew,
Exactly. So every team, like you said, is a hard team in the Premier League now. If you look at the table, it's ridiculous. At one point United was sitting 12th and Liverpool was sitting 13th, and now Liverpool have moved up to 8th with that draw against Leeds, and United are sitting 12th. That gap between 4th and 13th is only 5 points.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you look at the top 3, there's only 3 points now in it between you and Villa. So it is going to be very interesting.
It's good for football, isn't it? It's keeps it exciting.
This is probably the most craziest.
Crazy season.
Craziest table.
And
Everton look
my
good.
Daughter, my
Yeah,
daughter had this young because she's a big Villa fan, and she was jumping up and
congratulations to
joy when I told her that Aston Villa scored in kind of stoppage time. So quick question as we wrap up this game. If you was Mikel Arteta now, what would you be saying to your players?
I think you should don't panic. Don't panic. We had a really good 18 games unbeaten run. It came to an end. We didn't want it. It came to right in the last second of a game. So don't lose hope. Pick ourselves up, believe in ourselves, and don't panic. Just do the same thing again. Because we're getting a place back, and there is a gap coming up in between. Because after the Champions League game this Wednesday, we play again on Saturday. But then again, there is a week gap for the next game. And then there is a week gap for the next game as well. So we are coming up with a bit of a space where we can rest players and give them some breather. So I don't think we need to panic. Because this is what happens, right? If you panic, you lose all the good things you've been doing. So we need to just keep doing what we're doing. We are first for certain reason because the things we have been doing. We didn't come first. We are not sitting at first because of like load of up and downs, load of luck or something. But there's a little bit of luck we needed tonight. We didn't get it. And then that's what happens. But yeah, don't panic. I think this is what he said as well. We go again. We go again.
Yeah, I think that's if I was Mikel Arteta or leading the Arsenal team, that's exactly what I would say. So boys, if we were told that we'd be 2 points clear at this, at the top of the Premier League on the first weekend of December, we'd have taken that. Okay. And just don't let one game define the rest of the season for you. Just look at what you've been doing. Let's get back, just do the same again. And because the reality is, you can't win every game or you can't draw every game. You are going to lose. The Arsenal invincible team, that people have tried many times to match or beat that. They're talking about the great Man City team, won the treble. They didn't come anywhere close to that. So I don't know, that feat is probably going to once in a generation feat that occurred. So just dust yourself down. A bad result, but let's get cracking.
See, that's why I put my reel later on, not right straight after the game, because I had to take everything in. I had to see the context. I had to say, boys, well played. You gave it all. That's what I can hope for. You gave it all for the team, even with injuries. You've been playing out of positions as well, so don't worry. Let the kick in, get the game out, remove it from the memory, and we go again tomorrow. Have a rest tomorrow, and then we go again on Wednesday. But Ajay, your point of resting, I think that's very important now. Give Rice a little bit of rest. Give Zubimendi a little bit of rest. Maybe Champions League game on midweek. I think we will give a lot of players rest.
So, who are you playing on Wednesday, by the way?
We're playing Club Brugge away. So I think it's not that we're playing Inter or anyone. We can rest some players. Even though if we lose a game, I really don't mind. We are top of the Champions League as well. So to be honest, I think that should be the game where we should rest our players and give other players some minutes. Jokeres need some minutes. Give Jesus some minutes. Martinelli some minutes. Luis Kelly some minutes. Make him play in the midfield with no guard. And maybe the only problem is probably I can see is the defense, because we don't have any players now. We have to play the same players, I think, in defense. That's the only worry for me at the moment. If Saliba can be back, yeah, give him some minutes there so that he can be ready for Wolves game.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a good time to be tactical, though, in terms of not tactical in terms of the formation, in terms of tactical in terms of, okay, listen, it's probably our most easiest. I'm not saying club. I'm not being disrespectful to Club Brugge. I'm saying it's probably our most easiest game in terms of the run of fixtures that you've got at the moment. It's a chance for us to kind of give some players who probably need a break. Okay, and then if we lose this, it's not the end of the world, because we're still, we've got a very good position in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's kind of take that time, because the thing is as well, it's the travel as well. You're playing overseas.
Exactly.
So it's all these factors kind of play.
Yeah.
I know it's not far, but still, it's still.
But still, it takes a while.
Still, all these things add up, don't they?
Yeah.
So what's the point of putting your key team, your core, under that unnecessary pressure? Keep them in an ice bath or cryotherapy or whatever they're doing. Get them malish on.
Yeah.
And maybe you get your back as well.
Get the Jandu Bomb.
Jandu Bomb, yeah.
You need to go and get your malish done with them as well.
Mine as well, yeah. My back as well. It's like, I think I just caught the Arsenal fever. I've got my bad back as well now. But I think if it was me, I wouldn't even take Rice and Zubimendi with me. On the train. I say, guys, just rest now. I remember, Amit, Sir Alex, I don't know if it was biography or on one he said, right? Once he came back after the game, he saw Ronaldo straight away going to sleep in the bus. He said, the boy looked tired. He gave him a week off, basically. And he came recharged, fresh, and he killed the league after that. I remember what he said then. It's still in my memory, because that's very important. You need to see how players are reacting after the game, how players are doing after the game. What are their routine after the game? Are they really tired? Nowadays, because they have all the data and everything, but sometimes you have to see as well, and reactions and expressions in the body language and how their body is. What are they doing? Are they normal self, or they actually really tired and they go onto the bus and straight away they go to sleep? Then they're really, really tired. But anyway, let's crack on. Enough of Arsenal and Aston Villa. We lost, so let's move on.
Listen, that's the thing. The main thing is that no matter how much rest, no matter how much cryotherapy, no matter how many malishes that you want to get, the main thing is that you still lost. And listen, you've got Wolves next week. And knowing United's form, we're probably going to gift Wolves their first win.
Oh, don't give them.
So they'll probably be full of confidence, and they'll play you next week, and they'll probably fight for you for a draw. So let's kind of see what United do, and then you might feel a bit more optimistic about playing Wolves next week. But listen, guys, we have to talk about the biggest game that's happened today. Leeds United 3-3. We're just going to quickly go on this, because we've had a few messages in a little group, and it's nice to see the boys pipe back up again. And, I think there was something that was on Instagram. I think the Liverpool board of directors were going to have a meeting with Slot regarding his results against coming up to Leeds, and I think there was something that they were saying about whether or not, if there wasn't the good result today, that his job might be on the line. It might be a big consideration. So Amit, I know you like to look at betting odds, and I'm not too sure if you've had a look to see what the odds are now for Slot to be the next manager sacked, but I'm pretty sure that there might be good ratio right now. Do you think it might be his time?
I think he's favourite. Well, interestingly, our Dheeraj, a host on a podcast, he actually called for him to be sacked.
Ooh,
today.
Did he?
On our chat.
My God!
So,
wow.
Yeah. Well, he made a reference. But he said something like, "I'll be happy. I'll love it when Slot's sacked," is what he said, in reference to a GIF. The funny thing is about that game, 2-0 up.
Oh yeah.
The defensively they are a shambles, if I'm honest, at the moment. But Konate, for the penalty he gave away, he had his hand on his chest. Listen, mate, that's fine. Your hands are away, but what about your legs? Because they're all over the place. What were you doing? He was like trying to do a Wan-Bissaka impersonation there, but failed terribly. It was awful, absolutely awful, and is a bittersweet, I suppose, because Everton player scored that penalty, and a great penalty. And the interesting thing for me actually is that obviously at the start of the season, or when Liverpool started to go for their rough patch, they didn't have Alisson in goal, and so you think a man of his experience would be kind of sorting the defence out, kind of making sure they're in the right positions, etc., etc. But since he's been back, there's not been much difference, has there, to the defense? Obviously I appreciate the players are the same, but in terms of him kind of marshalling the defense and making sure that they're in position, etc., etc., he hasn't made a much difference. So, it is probably a coaching thing, I would say.
But probably this is what I mean, isn't it? How we see the things that every time if a defense does well, we always say the good defenders and then good goalkeeper. Right? The spine, we talk about it. The spine is still there. They had Ekitike who scored 2 goals. They had Sposhlai and McAllister in there. They had what's in there? They had Van Dijk and they had Alisson in there. So this is all, if we see as fans, and then we take it into everything into context, it's actually team who does well, who doesn't well.
See,
because one player can't change, can't do anything. Team has to click together.
This was what happened. Like, if we look at it now, so Liverpool's last 6 games now, they've only managed to have 1 win, and that's against West Ham. Now, I can't say anything about West Ham because we bloody drew against them. But to draw to Sunderland, I mean, I can't say anything. West Ham looked amazing against us, but to only win against
Barcelona,
we made them look like Barcelona. But for the concerning thing for Liverpool, obviously, if you look at one aspect, against promotion teams, they've always, played really well against all the promotion teams.
Last year. Yeah.
I used to laugh at the other. I used to say every first fixture of the season, it'd be Liverpool versus like a newly promoted team.
Exactly.
They come back to them like Norwich would come to Anfield on a Friday at 7:00. It's like, that's a guaranteed 3 points. But they've only actually beaten the Burnley, and that was a 1-0 penalty as well. That was the last minute. Otherwise, it's a Sunderland draw, and now we've had a Leeds draw. So this is quite, it's quite problematic for Slot. Is he struggling to kind of beat those type of teams that are going to just be scrappy, going to be fighting for the balls, do more direct kind of play? And another concerning thing for Slot now is that, okay, a lot of the fans were asking Mohamed Salah to be benched, put him on the bench. He's ruining the team. He doesn't track back. He's been put on the bench for 2 games running now, and they still haven't managed to win the game. Fair enough, they might look a little bit better playing the 90 minutes. Wirtz might look a bit more comfortable in that floating number 10 role, but it's still kind of a headache for Slot now because he said, look, I've listened to the fans. I've taken Salah out, because he's not performing as much as I want him to, and they're still not getting the results. So Slot, I think now he's in a full crisis now because there was a mini crisis of, right, Salah's not performing. Okay, you've solved that. You've taken him out. But the team is still not performing. And now what are you going to do? Are they going to take Konate out? Are they going to maybe drop Van Dijk? You can't drop Van Dijk. There's no other defender there. They haven't got their centre-back. But are you going to put Szoboszlai as a centre-back now? Or a right-back? So it is very difficult times, I think, for Liverpool. They've got a home game, I guess. So,
do you think that Slot listened to the fans? I don't think he listened to the fans. I think his hand was forced a little bit, or he saw an opportunity where he could drop Mo Salah, and he took the opportunity. I don't know. He didn't come on. I don't think he came off the bench. Did he?
He didn't even come off the bench. Yeah.
So I mean, allegedly they said that when Slot came in, as in his first season, Mo Salah said to him that if you forgive me for my defensive frailties, as in if I don't have to track back, I will do my bit at the final third of the pitch. And obviously last year, he did that. He had one of his best seasons, if not his best season in a Liverpool shirt. Now, obviously, he's made some changes to his team. He's lost his right back, as Liverpool have lost their right back in terms of Trent Alexander-Arnold, and so that kind of that side of the team is not there. So it's different. So the dynamics have changed a little bit, and so that promise that he maybe made to him is not there. No, he has to say you have to maybe track back or something. But anyway, again, they were saying that Salah's not going to stay there much longer. There's rumours that he's going to be having conversations, or there's going to be conversations that are occurring regarding him moving to one of the Saudi teams.
Oh, okay. But I think he's going to AFCON anyway in now.
Yeah.
So he'll be out anyway. So if he was going out, I wonder why they didn't play him, because manage his minutes now, then he's not here. But he could have won the game. But there's definitely something going on behind the scenes.
There's something going on.
Yeah. You can't like bench your best player like last 5-6 years who won you the leagues, and not give him any minutes in the game when he was there to be taken. They were 2-0 up. He should have put them in. But then again, that was a brain fade moment, isn't it? When the penalty was given, and then why he was lunging out, we don't know. But again, their defense at the moment is all over the place. And I'm with
second
you.
goal as well, Rohit.
Second goal as well, exactly. Literally just went through. Yeah.
There's so many opportunities for the defense or the Liverpool players to kind of tackle him. It just felt like he just went straight through.
Yeah. So
I don't know what Van Dijk was claiming for the third goal. It was his own player that handled the ball.
His own player handled the ball. It could have been a penalty anyway.
It seems that these Liverpool players over the last week or two have been inspired by the NBA and LeBron James, who think he's a shareholder in Liverpool. So I think Van Dijk and Konate need to, and Gravenberch need to learn to maybe keep their legs up a bit higher than their arms, so maybe they can stop reaching for the ball.
But I think we should give credit to Leeds as well. They played brilliant. They played brilliant against Chelsea and now as well.
Listen, Ellen Road is a fantastic atmosphere. Once you give them a sniff, Leeds will get back into you. I mean, they tried to do that against it was a Man City last week.
Last week at Chelsea and
Chelsea,
week before
Chelsea,
and then it was Man City. They were 2-0 down. They were 2-2. And Man City literally won it.
Leeds can come back in the second half and really do some damage if you give them that little opportunity, and that's what obviously happened with the penalty. But guys, honestly, you know what? It's been a fantastic day of football. You know what? It seems to be a home day.
For you United fans, fantastic day of football. We will see tomorrow, guys. Monday night against Wolves. We'll see what happens.
We might not record tomorrow. Let's see.
We have to record. We have to record.
Oh well, let's see if Man United hand Wolves their first league win. So we'll see how that goes. But no, it's been a pleasure. Sorry, Amit, did you want to finish off?
No, I said I'm not looking forward to the Snowfest on Monday night. I can guarantee that.
But Old Trafford, 8:00 on a Monday. It's going to be horrible. But guys, honestly, thank you so much. The Wolves, thank you so much for tuning in. And like I said, it's been a pleasure to review Matchday for me and Amit. Like I said, seeing Liverpool draw and seeing Arsenal lose. But let's hope Man United can do the business tomorrow against Wolves. So on that note, I'd like to thank our co-hosts, Rohit and Amit. And we will catch you, hopefully, to see a Man United win tomorrow. But you never know. Thank you, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and please do subscribe.